Hi, my name is Barry. Welcome to the channel. 98% of the time we talk about quilting on this channel, but occasionally we do what we call the Memory Makers Button Club. And that is where you send in a closed button, and it can be new or old, it doesn't matter. Just send a button in with a little note telling us about your favorite childhood memory or a memory of when your kids were little or your grandkids. It doesn't matter as long as it's a memory that's important to you. Send it in, and that button represents that memory. So if you've got 2 or 3 kids that that's your favorite memory, you can send in 2 or 3 buttons, just as long as those buttons represent a memory. We open up the jar, we read your note, we put the buttons in, and we welcome you to the Memory Makers Button Club. That's that simple. When I was at QuiltCon 2 months ago, my friend Lori gave me this memory bear, and I have decided to name him Buttons. Buttons the memory bear. And Buttons will sit on the shelf right next to the jar. And I'm saying that Buttons the memory bear is keeper of the Memory Makers Button Club. So say that 3 times. Having said that, I'm going to put a link down to my friend Lori's Instagram page. So go check her out. And you might consider buying one if you want to. That'd make her feel really good. But anyways, we like Buttons, and Buttons is going to be right up there, and always keeping a watchful eye on the jar. So we got a little house cleaning to do. First of all, next week is Paducah Quilt Week. I'm going to be there pretty much all week. So if you see me walking around looking like I'm lost, it's probably because I am, or I've run out of things to do. So stop me and say hi, because nothing makes me feel better than to meet you guys. So stop me and say hi. Maybe we'll get a picture together if you want to. For my benefit, not yours. You probably want to throw darts at mine. But anyway, stop me. Number 2, or that's 1. Number 2. Number 3 is our auction is ending Sunday night for the charity, first quilt for the charity auction. And my username on eBay, and I'll put it down below to a link to it, is Sterling Thimble. But we're auctioning off our quilt right now. As of the making of this video, it's at $400, which is beyond fantastic. I'm hoping for a lot higher, but as of right now, it's $400. So join me Sunday, April the 19th at 6 o'clock. I'm going to go live, and we're going to have a watch party to watch the end of the auction. And then if you happen to be one of the bidders and you're going to Paducah, let me know, and I will personally deliver this to you while I'm in Paducah. If not, once somebody pays for the auction, I've got it packed up and ready to go, and it will mail right out to you. So there, we did the house cleaning, or housekeeping. I need house cleaning, but stay tuned. We're going to go through the viewer mail and go get you some coffee and come right back. I know some of you have sent in letters for a while now, but because of the charity quilts and everything, it got a little hectic there, so I apologize. But up first, we have a letter from Marty from Cypress, Texas. And Marty writes, Dear Barry, I just found your videos. I am 78, teaching myself quilting and free motion from YouTube videos. That's how I learned, so welcome to the club. These 2 pink buttons represent my 2 girls. I thought you should ask for a strip of material and make memory quilts, so I'm starting it. And Marty sent in this little strip, and that would be a good idea to start a memory quilt. Let's think about that. And we'll talk about doing more charities coming up here soon too. But that was from Marty. I'm going to put a link here to Marty's buttons. And thank you, Marty. And I'm going to welcome you to the Memory Makers Button Club, but I'm going to save your button back, and we're going to add them all in at one time, because we had an incident once. We learned our lesson not to add them in until we make sure that the video is all good before we do that. So stay right there, and we'll get the next one. All right, our next one is a cute little, looks like a little sheep here. This is from Brendan, aka Mr. Quilter, and he's from New Zealand. And he's also got a dad joke, so I'm gonna give you a dad joke. That's the bonus with watching this channel. You get to hear some dad jokes. I'm gonna try to read this, Brendan. It's a Kia or a and hello Barry. That must be New Zealand talk. My name is Brendan, and I began sewing and quilting last year. I found your channel last year, and you're an inspiration to me as a guy and a beginner. In December, I started my own channel, Mr. Quilter. I'll look you up and I'll try to link you in the description down below to document my journey as a beginning quilter. Well, that's exactly what I did, Brendan, so that's the best way to do it. I chose this button as the sheep is one of New Zealand's many icons. We have around 24 million, 5 per person. Although we used to have 70 million, 22 per person back in the 1980s. So excited to be a part of the Memory Makers Button Club and to keep following along with your quilting journey. Cheers, Brendan, aka Mr. Quilter. And I will read you Mr. Quilter's dad joke. It says, what instrument do a pair of sheep play? A tuba. Tuba. Thank you, Brendan. And Brendan, welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. And like I said, I will see if I can't find your channel, or if I don't find it, send me a link on Messenger or comment below, and I'll make sure that I put that link in there, because I like to promote other people. And stick right there, and I'll find you another card. Okay, this next one is from Gina and Lance in Beaverton, Oregon. And they also sent in a block, so it's going to go in our charity quilts. So thank you, Gina and Lance. And they sent some buttons in. I'll show you the buttons right here. And let's read the note. Dear Barry, thank you for sharing your quilting journey with the world. I love seeing more men falling in love with this fantastic art therapy. My husband has recently decided he wants to learn to quilt, and I'm sure you're part of that, so thank you. We want to contribute this potato chip block for the auction. We've also enclosed 2 buttons from my collection to join your Memory Makers Button Club. The first one is a 1/4-inch fairy. May she bless your sewing room and keep your seams at a perfect 1/4 inch. That's an awesome ideal, thank you. The second is a sugar skull. This one reminds us of our favorite movies, Disney's Pixar's Coco. If you haven't seen it yet, we think you'd love it, not just for the kids, and it's all about remembering family, right up your alley. I have seen it. Have a fantastic week and quilt on, Gina and Lance in Beaverton, Oregon. Well, Gina and Lance, Lance, first of all, I hope you keep on quilting. You're going to fall in you hang around the rim, you're going to fall in, and it's such an addicting hobby, I'm telling you. But thank you for that quilt block. It will definitely be put in the quilts. And thank you. I'll take these apart here in a second. Gina and Lance, welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. And yes, that is a great movie. And especially you had like a little twist there of, I think if I remember who his dad was. Yeah, I watch them. Yeah. So let's open up another one. And this one right here is from Peggy from Stanford, Texas, and she sent a block in. So we were getting a few blocks left over coming in late, but that's all right. Peggy wrote, "Hi Barry, I am so happy to contribute to such a worthy cause. You're doing a great job." Peggy from Stanford, Texas. So Peggy, thank you so much. Okay, up next, our friend Shirley in Alaska has made this little wall hanging, and she sewed buttons on here, and it's got the button jar. So I think it's awesome, and it's it's about accurate there. Maybe it's a little bit more accurate. So, you know, send in your buttons so we can reach our goal. But yeah, I'm going to hang this up right here, Shirley. And Shirley's already a member of the Memory Makers Button Club. She's the one that sent in the caribou antler buttons. And that's what her note reminded me. It says, I have previously contributed to the Button Club jar. I sent buttons from a caribou antlers. Best wishes and continued success with your quilting and your channel, Shirley in Alaska. But let me read her letter. Dear Barry, first of all, thank you for your YouTube channel. I do enjoy watching how you are progressing in your quilting journey. I saw this little mini quilt from another content creator, Sherry McGill of Lessons Learned. And I thought of you and your Memory Maker's button jar. I do hope you like it. Goodness, I am having trouble with pen study. She wrote in different colors of ink. I didn't get so many buttons on it that I wanted. My fingers gave out and I got tired of sticking myself. Don't you hate that? That's why I like to use clips instead of pens. I love the Alzheimer's quilts you are doing. I don't have the right colors at the moment to contribute. My mom had Alzheimer's and we lost her in 2020. Dad passed in 2021 from dementia. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Shirley, but thank you so much for all you do. And I don't know whether we're going to frame this or hang it or something, but we'll put it on the wall here somewhere. So thank you so much. All right, these buttons are from Selena, and I hope I get the name of this place right, Anacoco, Louisiana. So Selena, you've given me a plethora of buttons right there. And she also sent in a, what is this? 365 days of dad jokes. So we're going to have to open this up and start telling some great dad jokes. You want to open one up and let's just take one. Let's just do one random. Maybe, shall we? Oh, I won't tear these apart, but let's just the inventor of the throat lozenge has died. There will be no coffin at the funeral. That's awesome. Thank you, Selena. This will come into great use for this channel. There'll be no more coffin at the funeral. You know, I never say you'll always get my jokes, but I'll keep telling them as long as you listen. So Selena, let's see. She wrote me a letter here. Let's see. Dear Barry, I just wanted to say that I love all the quilts you have made. I've been sewing and quilting a long time, but you are so much better. That's not true. But thank you. I love your videos. I wanted to make a potato chip block and send it, but you have already had a lot. I did make one to practice and it turned out okay. I was at Books A Million the other day and I saw this calendar with 365 dad jokes. I hope you enjoy it. All of us are actually going to love that book, I think. Also, I have here on my buttons to go in. Also, here are my buttons to go into the button jar. These buttons were purchased at Sam Houston's Memorial Museum, but they remind me of a special moment with my great-grandma, Nap. I think it's Nap. She would set me on her bed and let me play with her buttons. Thank you for what you are doing with the Alzheimer's charity quilt. You are very much appreciated. Thank you a lot, your friend from Anacoco, Louisiana. If I got that right, I'm sorry for all the people who live in Anacoco, Louisiana, if I mispronounced that. But thank you, Selena, for all the buttons, and welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. And like I said, there'll be a link down in the description if you would like to become a part of the Memory Makers Button Club. So please send your buttons in, especially if you like to hear dad jokes, because that's when I like to tell them. And this is from Tracy. Tracy is in Ava, New York. And I'll show it better here on the screen, but it's got two nice little dogs on there. She sent in a really nice card. I haven't shown any cards, have I, today? But it says thanks. And she writes, "Hello, Barry. I finally got out to mail my block for one of your Alzheimer's quilts. I hope you have room for it, as I see you've been receiving a generous amount. Thank you for doing this for charity. Please let me know if you will do any for cancer or autism, as I know many people who are dealing with those diagnoses. I look forward to seeing the finished quilts. The blocks that you have been receiving are gorgeous. So many talented people." And she writes, "If it's the thoughtfulness of people like you that makes the world so bright. Have a wonderful day and happy sewing, Tracy." And Tracy, thank you so much. And you know what? We've got, we're going to have five quilts is what we're doing. We're auctioning off the first one this Sunday. And then I'm hoping to do one each month after that. And then, well, let's talk. I don't have a problem with doing it for other charities. I sort of wanted to do it for the Alzheimer's because of, this channel is all about making memories. But, there's so many. I know a lot of people commented about Quilts of Valor, and that's a worthy cause. But in my mind, there's a lot of quilting chapters that are doing Quilts of Valor. And, I didn't see anybody doing quilts for, Alzheimer's. So I picked it, but one charity is just as worthy as another one in my mind. So yeah, we can definitely do something later on, but I'm going to get through this and see how we do. And then let's regroup and see, because this isn't the end of this. I can tell you this much. Us making charity quilts, or at least me making the charity quilts, is not going to stop with these five. I've decided trying to think about what's most important in my life. Giving back is very important to me. So we're going to keep on making charity quilts, but whether we auction them off or we just donate them, that's another story. But let's get through these five. Let's have some conversations about what's next. If you guys liked what we did, maybe we'll do it some more. I'm open to that. So I'm curious to hear your inputs. But like I said, I've already told you guys that these five quilts were for Alzheimer's. I know some people have asked if I would donate these to Quilts of Valor, but I've already told you, and you expected that I did this for the Alzheimer's Association. So for me to give it to somebody else would not be right. So we're going to do these five for Alzheimer's, and then let's regroup and then see where we're at. How's that sound? All right, up next we have a nice little pink little button, and we got another block for the Alzheimer's quilt. I'll show photos of those right now. And I'm going to butcher this, but this is from Alexandria, from I don't even know how to pronounce it, Oneonta, New York. I apologize for all the people that I butchered it up. And she also sent in $20. So that makes us total received so far $320, and we spent so far we spent $25 for the backing and the batting on the first two quilts. So we are at $258, I believe, is what I had looked at the other day. $258 plus 20 brings us up back to $278. And like I said, all this money that we raised for these quilts will go somehow to this charity, because that's what you sent it in for. That's what it's going to go to do. So if we make more, we'll just keep making more quilts until we've spent every penny on that charity. So this was from Alexandria. I hope I pronounced your name right. She writes, "Hi Barry, I'm so glad that you started your channel. Watching you start your quilting journey and get so good so fast has been an inspiration to so many. I am not a sewist or quilter. I started my journey restoring old machines. Love your featherweight and that you have some nice old machines. I think you'll find that once they are serviced, they are workhorses. They make really wonderful stitches, especially the 201s. Watching your channel, I have been getting inspired to try quilting when I retire. Then you asked people to send in a block for the Alzheimer's charity quilt, and I thought, why not? Just try now. Awesome. I am sorry it's a wee bit late, but this is literally my first quilt block ever. It was so much fun, and I am pleased that it came out well. I'm hoping that it can be included, but if not, I understand enclosed is a little something for batting, etc. Keep up the good work and keep making your videos. Thank you, Alexandria. Well, I'm going to tell you, Alexandria, I would never know that this was your first one, and I'm honored to say that this will make it in a quilt. It's fantastic. So it looks like you've been quilting for a long time. So keep it up. And not only did I get one featherweight or two featherweights, I am now the owner of a third featherweight. And I've got to quit. I probably won't quit, but I'm going to slow down. But I got me a white one so I could slow down. But Alexandria, thank you, and thank you for the money. It will go to a good cause, and welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. Awesome. I would have never guessed that you just started. That was your first block, and I'm honored that you sent this in as your first block. It looks awesome. Woo! Let's see. We're getting close. All right, our next up is no buttons here, but this is from Luann from Mona, Utah. And Luann sent in 2 blocks. I'll put them on the screen here. Awesome. I'll show them while I'm reading the letter here. Hello, Barry. Here are my blocks. I wasn't sure of the block size. You are enjoyable to watch. Thank you for sharing. Later, Luann. She gives a little Snoopy. Ain't that cute? I love Snoopy. So thank you, Luann. And we may have enough to make another quilt. We'll see. But we're on the 5th one, so that might be enough to finish the 5th one. I think we got about 3 more here, and this one is from our friend Joyful Hope, and she also sent in $20, so that was putting us up at $278, $298, but almost say, well, let's just call it $300 again. And she sent in, and I'll send a photo up here, beautiful little postcard, she says. She calls these a postcard. And beautiful wrapping paper, by the way. I can't throw that away. I got to save that. And Donna, tell me what this is. What this is for? But it's cute. It says love and laugh on there. And she writes, "Hi, Mr. Barry. Enclosed is my first fabric postcard. This is my latest obsession. It's not perfect by any means. Wonky like me." Little smiley face. "I used the potato chip block, another obsession, for the background in my attempt to try reverse applique. Still have a lot to learn. Love, love, love your channel. So long, Charity Quilts, and all the creative people who contributed these beautiful blocks. I know the auction will be a huge success. You, Mr. Barry, and all the contributors make the world a better place. I'll be watching in joyful hope. Your mountain friend, Donna. P.S. Thank you for all you do. Most of all, your kindness. Keep it real and inspiration." Thank you, Donna. You are my inspiration because you always have something nice to say, and it is appreciated. And thank you for your contribution here. Like I said, every dime of that is going to be spent somehow on these charities, and it's appreciated. And Donna's also already a member of the Button Club too. So we have repeats from the Button Club. All right, up next is from our friend Sharon from, let's see, Mitchellville, Iowa. And Sharon is a fantastic person that she's always there. And again, always a nice person to always comment and say good things. And she's got some buttons here. And look at, let me show you this. She has sent in some beautiful fabric. So we have to see about this. This might make a good backing or something. I hate to sort of put this on the back, but it's a bald eagle with the American flag. That's awesome. So let's think about that. But that is awesome. Let's see what she has to say. It says, Dear Barry, sorry I don't have a card. I went through my yardage and found this hunk of fabric. I thought you could use this for the back of your quilts. I sent a few buttons. The white button came from my Easter dress when I was 3 years old. That's awesome. That's the little white button. My dad bought it for me. The silver button came from the first winter coat I can remember. That's this one here. You're going to make me cry. I couldn't fit into my sister's hand-me-downs anymore. The neighbors asked if I could fit into one of their son's winter coats. That's the silver button. The flat dark button came from my dad's overcoat. That's why it's so worn. That's awesome. And this is beautiful buttons. Thanks for the button memories. My mother kept buttons and zippers from everything. After I became handicapped, I grabbed her buttons and zips. I went through 50 years of buttons and zippers, used them all. I did keep dress shirt buttons for my ex-husband. I've always find something. Putting more buttons on his shirts, no worries. We get along quite well. Well, Sharon from Mitchellville, Iowa, I want to thank you for these buttons. I know these mean a lot to you. They mean a lot to me and everyone else watching. And Sharon from Mitchellville, Iowa, welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. And we will, like I said, we're going to add all these here at the last. And thank you for this fabric. And man, that's so pretty. I will see if we can't make this a backing of one of the quilts. All right, this next one, I appreciate you guys so much. You do not have to send anything in. Just send in a close button is fine. But I really appreciate you taking the time. And this is from Mary from Alsip, Illinois. And I haven't read her card yet, but look at this. This is 4 jelly rolls. And if you know how much jelly rolls cost, four jelly rolls. These are Moda. I won't read all the names of them, but Moda jelly rolls. And 2 layer cakes, and say these right here is at least 3, almost 4 layer cakes. Just, I can tell you already without reading the card that it's amazing, and I very much appreciate it. So she writes, Barry, hello. I hope you're having a great day. Wait a minute. Come here. Everybody, this is Steve. Come here. Get up here. Say hi. He's wandering around here in the back, so I thought are you a good boy? Yeah, you're a good boy. All right. Go on. We're almost done. All right. Steve the Wonder Dog. Sorry. Barry, hello. I hope you're having a great day. I've been watching your videos, enjoying seeing you in your quilting journey. I've learned some new skills. I've been quilting for over 15 years. You've made quilt blocks, and I haven't felt comfortable enough in my skills to make a quilt using these blocks. I've tried, LOL. Please keep the enclosed material. It's been in my sewing room for years. I feel guilty for not having used it. I had planned to make quilts for charity, but never did. I thought that you could use it to make some quilts, use it for practice, or use it for anything you can think of. From a fellow quilter, Mary, Quilter's Life, Happy Life. Well, Mary, I can't tell you how much we appreciate this. And you know what? I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to continue on with what your goal was and use these for charity. So that's what we'll do. We'll set these aside, and when we get through with the Alzheimer's charity quilts, we'll do something else with these. And like I said, I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit weary of the red, white, and blue potato chip block, so we'll have to come up with something else. But thank you for sticking around. Remember to send in your button. There'll be a link down below. Check out Lori's page. I'll find out a link for Mr. Quilter and send that in. I almost ended this video without adding you guys to the button club. So let me just snip this right here. Don't let me not do that. That's almost would be a terrible thing. So everyone that contributed a button today in today's video, I've already welcomed you, but let's do it again. Awesome. All right, everybody, welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. There you go. Now, let's continue on. Say hi to Steve. He always likes when you say hi. It's appreciated. Remember, go out and make memories, because after health, but before wealth, memories are what's most important. And I will see you later. Bye.